In this examples, we're going to simplify the rational expressions. We have a nice simple example, and then we have one that's a little bit more long, let's say. Let's not say hard, it's just more steps to it. So we're going to start with a small one. And it's saying simplify the rational expression. So when it comes to variables, what you want is you want an even exponent. So you can take out, because your index right here is 2. You don't see it, but it's 2. So how can you rewrite this x to the 17 where 1 is even and 1 will be odd? Well, you always want to take out. You don't want to say, oh, I'm going to make it x18. No, I'm going to take 1 out. So we're going to split it. I'm going to say x16 times x1. If you recall, when you multiply, you add the exponents. That gives you x17. So for the exponent, the even one, you want to divide by 2, right? How many times 2 fits into 16? 8 times. So xa comes out and x1 stays inside. And that's it for that first example. Now let's look at this beauty one right here. So I'm going to separate the square root. I'm going to split it into 125, m23, and 15. And then I'm going to say square root of 144, m9. Okay? Then I'm going to make this odd exponents to be even. So I have 125, m22 times n1, n14 times n1. Okay? In the bottom, I'm going to do the same. 144 times MA times M1. Okay, so now put my fraction bar. And I'm going to take everything out that can come out. Square root of 125. The square root of 125, it does not have a perfect square root. It has a perfect cube root. I'm going to have to simplify this. If I take, it's right here, 125, and the easiest way to find the square roots of numbers, what I usually do is doing the factoring tree. So I take 125 and I go like this, and I said 125, 5 times 25, and then 5 and 5. From there, you want to make a group of 5s. And from the group, only 1 comes out and 1 stays inside. If you don't like it that way, you can always rewrite it as 25 times 5. 25 is a perfect square and 5 is not, so that will stay. So we realize that 125 is not a perfect square. We go ahead and simplify it, and that simplifies to 5 square root of 5. Square root of 25 is 5. 5 stays inside. Okay? So that's from 125. Okay? But let's do one step at a time. So 125 simplifies to a 5 that comes out and 1 5 that stays inside. So I'm going to write my 5 that comes out. The 1 that stays inside, I'm not going to worry about it yet. Okay? Now I'm going to go to the M. M22, as you saw here, we divided by 2. So that gives you M11. Okay? N14 divides by 2, so it's N7. Okay? Now, leftovers. What are my leftovers? Well, I have that 5. I have M1 and N1. Okay? That's my top. Now my bottom. 144, it is a perfect square. And the square root of 144 is 12. So that comes out. M to the 8 divided by 2 gives you M4. Okay? And the leftovers is just M. So now I'm going to write it all together. So I have 5 M11 and 7 over 12M4. Put this all together. 5mn over m. Why do I want to write it all together? Because you can simplify it more, okay? Right here, the m's will cancel, okay? Right here, m4 can take away from m11, and that will leave you with 8, right? It's 8? No, it's 7. My bad, 7. So I'm going to rewrite it, running out of space, as 5 m m 7 n 7 over 12 square root of 5n. Okay, so a lot of steps. Let's go back and recap. So you started right here and you said, well, I'm going to break out the square root, this humongous square root. I'm going to break it out. One in the top, one in the bottom. Okay, you did that. Great. Then you're going to say, well, I have some exponents that are not even. I'm going to make them even so I can simplify. You did that right here. Excellent, right? And then you say, well, now I'm going to simplify. I'm going to take out whatever I can from the inside, and whatever cannot come out will stay inside. You did that right here in this step. Notice that the 125 is not a perfect square, so you did this right here, and it showed you that 125 simplifies to 5 square root of 5. Okay? You simplified over here, and then you said, well, I'm going to put it all back together and see if I can simplify more. Because the square roots, you can rewrite it all in one. You did that right here. Okay? And then you said, well, I'm going to simplify. So you simplify the m's over here, and you simplify the m's over here as well. And then he gave you that. Can you simplify more? No. And this looks kind of funny. What is this? This is a 12. I don't know if you can see it. This one looks like a 12. It's 12. 12. Okay? So this is your answer. Now, you could have done this a little bit different. If your choice, you could have said, well, I'm not going to wait until the end to simplify. I'm going to simplify from the beginning. So you would have simplified from inside and then split it and continue. Your choice. Remember, with math, you have multiple ways to get to the same answer. As long as you arrive here, you can. Okay? So answer for example 2, answer for example 1.